So where the heck are we?
Fairfax, Vermont.
Fairfax, Vermont, and
A long ways from home.
we're inside an old paint booth.
My father's paint booth from the early 80s.
It's even got the
Explosion-proof lights.
in case you got vapor in the air again or something.
Right.
So we're in an old paint booth, and that's what you do. Like, you do automotive work for a lot of people in the area.
I do. I own an automotive shop and a diesel shop.
Okay, so what are your names, and what's the name of your maple operation?
I'm Renee. This is Adam. We're the Rainbows. We own the Maple Fix.
And it's called the Maple Fix.
The maple
Yeah.
fix.
And you're boiling for how many taps here?
So we have roughly about 7,800 of our own, and then we buy some sap in roughly around 4,000, 4,400.
Gotcha. Now, how the heck did you hear about me?
You're a rock star on the internet.
Oh, come on now.
Facebook,
Or-
YouTube.
Listen, there's a lot of Nader haters too, but I thought maybe this guy introduced you.
Possibly.
This guy.
He's your biggest fan.
Yeah?
Whoa.
Listen, he hasn't started stalking me yet, so he's all right. Why do the people do show up at my house every now and then? It's a little different.
Really?
Yeah. The thing is my dog is not friendly to anyone outside our family.
What kind of dog do you have?
It's a cattle dog.
Oh.
Best dog I've ever had, except he will bite you in the butt. If your last name's not Bissell, you're in trouble.
That's good.
I tell people this because I don't want somebody bit. He's still trying to get the Amazon driver.
Oh, no.
Like the mailman Amazon driver, he's going to get him. I'm telling you, he's fierce. So, most of your syrup is sold bulk, but I see you have everything here. You've got a cream machine. You've got a candy machine behind Dan. I see a mixer, probably to make some sugar.
You make
You
some
got it.
sugars.
I see a
small batch.
label center over
You
here.
got it. All of our retail.
Yeah, let me take a look at what you make over here. You even make some stuff for is it NASCAR or something?
Yeah, it's actually Rallycross, so it's Vermont sports car.
I got you.
Yeah.
And that's a local team, right?
That is a local team. Travis Pastrana is one of his race cars. Yeah.
And then that's sold probably all over the place.
Yeah.
It is. So Adam's brother works for Vermont Sports Car.
Okay.
And so they put it on their website. You go to the website and see them. You can buy the different versions.
Oh, there's probably a website right on there if they want to buy it. Let's see. VT Maple at the Maple Fix. So your
That's
website's
us.
on there.
Our website's on
Do you
there.
ship stuff for them too?
We do not.
we
They
don't.
sell that on their website. If you go
I
to
gotcha.
VSC,
Vermont Sports
if
Car.
you go to
Vermont Sports Car if they want to buy that.
you got it. Yep.
And you're supporting
And we've done,
Adam's brother.
and we've done four versions of it.
Cool.
And it's kind of cool. They have a little story for us, like on their website. And my brother works there, and we're local sugar makers, and so it's really cool. I eventually like to hit a really large company that wants to partner with us with their logo on that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So other items you do. What's your top sellers?
Go ahead, honey.
Cinnamon. You love your cinnamon.
This one is probably our top seller, the cinnamon. It tastes like French toast in a cup.
Oh, I
You
got
gotta
you.
try.
I got you.
And bourbon is our second, I think.
So number one seller,
Cinnamon, French toast in
cinnamon.
a cup.
Then your bourbon. I see gin.
Gin. The gin
I had a bad
hit or
experience with
miss.
gin, so I can't
A
really.
lot of people are like, I don't like gin. I like it. I
Okay.
love gin. But you gotta like gin, okay?
You like to eat pine
I
needles?
do.
Or drink
I
pine
do.
needles?
I do. I
Christmas
love
in
gin.
a bottle.
It does. And then we did the coffee one too. The coffee one's a big hit too, but it definitely gets you a kick because it has caffeine.
Caffeine,
in it too. Yeah.
caffeinated.
Yeah, but the bourbon and the cinnamon are our top, and everybody buys our cream. We
I got
make
you.
cream every single day of the year, and everybody buys it.
And you make a lot of it.
Yes,
So you're the cream machine.
I am the cream machine.
And then you actually work with the cream machine.
I do.
Cool.
So Renee actually won that award at the Maple Festival last year.
Oh, I see her here.
Number one in show for Maple Cream.
Ah.
So that big one is our number one show.
Wow. I got you. So Maple Festival Award.
We try to do, we try to enter our syrup in basically since we started. We'll see a little blip in here. We call that the COVID years.
I got
So
you.
literally, they didn't accept syrup at all during those
Yeah.
years. So that's what that point is, right?
So from 2020 to 2024 or something.
Basically, yeah.
And they also stopped doing the farm show. So they used to do the farm show and the Maple Festival, and they stopped doing the farm show now. They need somebody else to take it over. So
Gotcha.
they don't do it at all
And that
anymore.
would be nice to
The
have.
Yeah.
farm show, is that like at the fairgrounds in Rutland?
It is.
Essex.
Essex, the
Yep.
big fair. And
Yep.
they need to,
Is the one in Essex bigger than the one in Rutland?
I
I
would
don't
say
know.
so.
I've
The
never
one in
been-
Rutland says State Fair. I don't know.
No. So the Essex one, they do it during the winter. It's usually like in January, I think they do the farm show, or February.
Gotcha.
And they don't do it anymore. They
Huh.
just don't have enough people to like help manage and run it.
Volunteers are harder to get than employees.
Yeah, we know that.
It is.
So what? What's going on? You're drawing off.
Showing off on our 3x10. It's the little engine that could.
So you'll do 50,000 pounds on a 3x10.
That'll be probably our bulk side of syrup.
I got you.
Yeah.
So how much are you getting off a rig a year? It's okay. You can lie like everyone else does.
I mean,
No, those are called sugar maker lies.
No.
Yeah, it's sort of true.
typically we make, depending on the year, I mean, we've had years with 120-ish to a little over 130-ish. You know, I want to be at the 150.
Gotcha.
barrel.
So you're talking about drums.
40
Drums of syrup.
40
Okay.
40 gallon barrels. I'd like to make 150. We'll see. Last year, right now, we're on barrel number 13. Last year, today, I think we were in the 80s.
Wow. It's just a later year.
It is a later year.
Now, Adam, you were showing me this little contraption earlier, and I'm sure people would like to see this.
Yeah. So
What this does.
So this is CDL's auto doser, and basically
Your auto dosing defoamer.
you're auto dosing your defoamer. Yep, and you can basically set how much you want it to drip, how fast you want it to drip, right down to the second.
Is that bacon grease in that thing?
That is actually organic Transo 580.
Ah, that stuff, you can undercoat a car with that.
You can.
That will protect the car from rust.
And we actually just got notice that the Transo 580 is being taken off the organic list.
Yeah, I used it once, and I'm like, this stuff doesn't leave my evaporator.
So
It's in every float, yeah. Like, I did it one time, and I'm like, this stuff is that, like, but it's certified.
it is.
The stuff that I'm using now is the stuff I got from Nick Wendell. It's called like Org 60, and there's some big fight within like
Organic certified.
yeah,
Yep.
but there's some big fight between like some people say it was made with something or other, but it's distilled, which means there's nothing that. It's kind of like why people that have what's it called when you can't gluten. The people that are real fun at parties.
For gluten allergy.
Yeah, you can't have gluten.
Yep.
But you can have bourbon because none of the gluten passes through the distillation process.
We're pulling our hair out right now over defoamer because we've used Transo 580 since we started. It's been certified. Now they're taking it off the list. Supposedly they're not making it anymore. They're making a 105 and a 988, I believe. Those numbers could be wrong. But we've never used it. Nobody's ever used it. We're nervous to try it.
I remember now why it's not certified, the Org 60. I'm going to get on my soapbox one more time. Hold on. I remember why the Org 60 is not certified. All of the ingredients used to make the Org 60 are organic. However, the manufacturer is not organic certified. So because they're not organic certified and they're mixing all of the organic components together, it's not technically allowed to be organic. I think I have it.
So back to the auto doser. So basically you can set the drip, you can set the amount of time, and then inside the flue pan,
A little probe back
you can
there.
see the probe back there.
That's your probe.
If the foam comes up, hits the probe, it'll auto dose, then it slows back down to your normal drip.
Now, Adam, I see you got like a bubbler.
Yes.
What does the bubbler do for you?
So basically
Makes your job harder?
it makes my wife's job a lot harder.
Why? What happened?
I'm
I run the filter presses normally, so everything that goes bubbles keep off the bottom of the cans, comes out in syrup.
So makes filtering harder.
Well, I changed the filter press a lot more than you changed.
I got you. What does it do to the syrup? It's more to protect your pans. That's what I'm.
It's super debatable. Like some people say it makes your syrup lighter. Some people say it makes making convections harder to make with a bubbler. We don't see that. We still make light syrup. We make dark syrup.
Sure.
We still make convection, sugar, all that with the bubblers, and we don't notice it. We just notice that we roughly can get about 500 more gallons of syrup through our flue pan with the bubbler going versus removing it. It gets stuck in the rig. We'd rather have it stuck in the filter press versus
Right.
on our pans.
It's more expensive when you burn that up.
It is. And it's way more labor intensive to take the hood off this thing and pressure wash, take the bubblers out than it is to just change 16 papers.
We've done it both ways. We started without bubblers, and then we realized we tried it, and we realized that it made this job even harder, and this easier. So we just stayed with it.
Jeez. Well, if you buy a filter press, you know who makes the best big filter presses.
DG?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much. I got to make a video on each company's best thing.
So
And if I make a video on each company's best thing, I would say D&G's best thing is they make the best filter presses for large
I
producers.
think they make some pretty good mainline too with the sugar woods.
I've heard a lot of good about their tubing lately.
I don't
Warren Boxler swears by their tubing.
I don't personally use it, but I've been in a lot of woods that uses DG mainline and tubing. It's pretty good stuff.
Can you spin seal it too?
You can.
Okay.
Yep. On our two filter presses, we just have two small 10s, but that's an old school West Fab,
Yep.
and that's like CDL's new design. That West Fab right there will put twice as much syrup as that 10-inch press. That press right there will never blow a paper. It'll just stop pumping syrup. That one will blow papers and contaminate your barrel.
I hate that.
Drives me nuts.
Makes a straight laser too. You got a laser on the ceiling in there?
Don't even. They're
It's all cleaned up.
No.
Let me see some syrup on the ceiling.
Look at it all.
Oh yeah.
We've had some
Look at it
thoughts.
all.
Let's see. I've done that.
It's everywhere.
I've done it. I've done it. You're just trying to
Look at it over there.
You're trying to push that last little bit through. Like, I've done it. I get
This one
it.
does that. This one doesn't do that though.
Huh.
So usually when we do that, like I was always taught that you should always eat off a clean plate. So like when I change my pans right now, I run all my syrup through my filter press and then put
it back in.
A lot of people say it doesn't make a difference, but that's kind of like eating off a dirty plate.
I understand. You're cleaning your dishwater up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, show me what you got for ROs and stuff.
Okay. So we have a Lapierre new generation 6-post.
What's the new gen or next gen? What's it do? Like, is it automatic?
No, this one's still pretty old school. We'd like to upgrade at some point.
Well, how long have you had this one?
We've had this one for about
2019.
2019.
I'm gonna slip right over here.
We just put new membranes in it last season.
We put some new membranes from Clayton at MES. That helped a lot. One of the things I really like about the Lapierre RO versus we've had some other ROs is our power bill.
Yeah.
Power bill with a Lapierre RO is substantially less.
What did you have in the past?
So we've had a CDL, two different CDLs in the past.
Is it just the type of motors they're using, or is this 3-phase?
It is 3-phase. I wish I knew that answer on why Lapierre, but it's
So, are you running like 3-phase power to it, or are you running single phase and then upsizing the drive?
Upsizing,
Okay.
yeah.
And then each one of these motors are 3-phase?
No, those are single.
The circ motors?
There's 3 circ motors that are single phase.
I got you.
Yep.
But the main pressure pumps are 3-phase.
Yeah.
I got you.
And then we used to run on our SAC-free filters. We used to run 2 Phelps and then regular cone filters. We went to just cone filters.
A cone filter, as in like what we would use to filter syrup on the wood stove at my house, like
No, that's what they used to have in them, and then you'd have to wash them like in the dishwasher.
Yeah, they're like a synthetic wool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now we've gone to all of this.
Oh, and there's like multiple of those in there,
You
right?
got it.
Okay.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember Danielle Corey doing something with them.
Yep. Then I can take you outside and show you what's kind of going on. It's a tight fit right here. We got some permeate water there.
That's nice and clear.
Some permeate water there.
Nice and clear.
Todd sap I had to 2-pass.
So it's going to be pretty sweet.
Doesn't have any sugar tank there.
Oh, it's empty.
I already this is what I call Todd's and my sap from Underhill.
You got a nickname for this thing?
Old Reliable.
Yeah?
It's really, we don't want to do.
What is it?
I'm a Chevy guy.
Okay, so this is
Specialize in
GMC?
Duramax. I specialize in Duramax.
Okay.
And Cummins, and this is an old Ford. It's a Sterling.
So what's it got in the engine?
It's got a cat in it.
Okay.
18 speed.
Do you have a CDL or just...
I don't.
You don't need one?
That was the crazy thing is when we bought our big woods, we needed something to haul it. I bought this truck from Wisconsin. They
have a lot of them out there in Wisconsin for milk.
They towed this thing here on a wrecker because they were headed to Maine to get a tractor trailer truck, and dropped it off. And I called a few buddies and asked them how to shift, and Renee and I went for some.
You got to double clutch it?
Yeah.
You float the gears.
I don't really double clutch. I just more RPM float the gears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that too, but mine goes sometimes.
Yeah, if you don't hit it.
I got to figure it out on that.
This truck's not picky. It likes to shift at 1600 or it likes to shift at 1100.
On the down?
Yeah, it's got steerable. This is a front lift axle that's steerable. So
Seriously?
Yeah, so pulling in and out of places to get sap is.
How many gallons does this sucker haul?
5,800, straight barrel, no baffles.
Gotcha.
We got a liftable tag on
Does it get like 8 mile a gallon loaded or not?
I think it's around like maybe 2.
2 mile a gallon?
Yeah.
Loaded or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, oh
I
man.
think 4 would be max. Up here, I don't know if you want to climb up here.
If your ladder can hold me.
Oh yeah. Everybody goes up and down it.
You trust the ladder.
Right?
I'm a biscuit bigger than you. Oh yeah, dude. This is your concentrate tank.
This is
feeding the evaporator.
This is our concentrate tank feeding the evaporator. Today we're putting it in, I think, right around 23%.
No, that's nice,
It's
dude.
the only way we can get a 3x10 to really make any syrup.
Gotcha.
To
How many
concentrate.
gallons an hour are you pulling off that 3x10?
So pretty steady, we can do a barrel, so 40 gallons an hour.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I can get up around 50, but its happy place is about 40 gallons an hour.
Gotcha. This is a big boy here.
Yeah, this is our offload tank. So if I go to Todd's, my
Is this 6,000?
7.
7,000.
So Fairfax pumps into this woods, and then my truck goes in here so that I can keep my RO running all the time. This is just our dump tank.
Gotcha.
Yep. Got a little bit of barrel storage over there.
I see that.
Yeah. It's a big pile for being almost the middle of March. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, these are the years that, you know, late seasons are the risk, right? Because it'll just go from winter to summer and
The old time saying is late seasons are never great seasons.
really.
That's what we hear. So,
Gosh, I hope you guys just crush it though.
you know, you can make a lot of syrup in 3 weeks.
You can make a lot of syrup in a week.
You can make a lot of syrup in a week, but 3 weeks, I'm hoping, at a minimum at this point. You know, gonna be a lot of long hours coming up here.
So what type of evaporation rate is that 3x10?
I think CDL might have it rated at like 160 gallons or 180 gallons. Don't mark my word for
Yeah.
that, but I think it's somewhere.
All barometric pressure changes the evaporation
It does,
rate.
you know, and I have some buddies that boil and they never mess with their damper, you know, and we always seem to mess with our damper and the, you know, the barometer, and it's I don't.
Are you qualified for that?
No.
Damper messing?
No.
I can't imagine.
My wife yells at me because usually when I turn it, it usually makes more syrup, so that means more filter press changes.
Well, I get yelled. I'm not allowed on the bottling line because I start turning dials and cranking things. Everything will run smooth until I get in there.
Well, you'll see right now, we'll walk in there and Renee will be probably running the evaporator and everything's smooth, and then I'll take over and I have to touch everything.
Yeah, that's me too. That's why it's better I'm not doing it.
Right.
This is pretty cool, dude.
It's kind of sketchy, really. I like it.
Yeah.
Everything we have is kind of sketchy.
This is how every sugar house is. One at a time, please. Got drum storage out here. And I'm really interested in this bad boy.
Yeah, so this is just a place that we store the syrup that we make on.
Gotcha.
And then we'll bring a load.
Then you got a truck to haul it, I'm sure.
I do. I got a 3500 High Country Duramax. The one thing that I love about our sugar house is you can step outside and
see the mountains.
The mountain is gorgeous.
I agree. That's a ski resort over there, isn't it?
Smuggler's Notch.
Okay.
We go over here a little ways. Got to peek through the trees, but
that's CJ7.
I collect them.
Do you?
Yeah, I have like 5 of them.
I had one I should have never sold.
No, that's Mount Mansfield right there.
The one with the snow cap on it up here?
You got it. Yep, that's the highest mountain in Vermont. And then we own Flynn Hill, which is just to the right of it. It's the peak that comes just off the mountain. That it's kind of hard to see through the trees, but that's our big sugar woods in Underhill.
Okay, so I see like some conifers, pines, and then there's another hill.
Yep.
Would that be it? Or is it to the right of it?
No, it's actually, see the snow-capped mountain?
Yep.
If you're following that ridge line, it's actually that next bump way off in the distance. It's about a 30-minute ride here, from here.
Yeah, so anytime somebody says just over the mountain, that's an hour. So if you're going to the top, it's a half hour. It's just over the mountain.
It's just over the mountain.
Frickin' hour drive. Not kidding you.
I pulled the transfer case out of it, and this had a 4-speed in it, and my rock crawler has an automatic in it, and I hate having it. There should always be a standard. All right. For sure.
In a Jeep.
Yeah.
Nothing better than pulling doors off and running in the summer, though.
It is, for sure.
It's got a nice little Kubota here.
Yeah, that was,
shuttle shift?
That was what, made me buy Underhill right there. I went there to buy a tractor, and I ended up with $1 million house in Sugarwood.
That's awesome. Then you got something for pulling logs. I see you got the skidder over here.
We got a timberjack there. So we actually own, we got 117 acres, both sides of the road right here. We got organic certified on it.
I don't see a mill. Are you milling yourself?
No.
Just firewood or selling logs?
Just sell logs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Milling sucks, dude. Well, let me say this. Trying to make money milling is hard.
It's more of a satisfaction thing.
I love milling lumber.
Yeah.
I don't like what I get when I sell the amount of lumber I get from a log because it takes me like 8 hours to make lumber.
For sure. For sure.
You got a nice grapple there.
Yeah. Yeah. We had some beef cows and we sold them, and now we rent our land to the neighbor.
Gotcha.
They hay it.
I've driven by this place so many times.
Yeah.
I'm glad I stopped, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, what's your name and what's your sugaring operation?
Todd Phillips, and it's the Phillips Family Maple.
Okay. And you're hauling sap in, or are they hauling it for you?
They come with that truck. So
I'm going to shut that door, so
when I first started, Adam had his
go ahead.
Adam had his 2,000 here, and I had 1,000 at home. And so I used to have a triaxle gooseneck trailer. I would bring it all in. And then when I was expanding the woods to 3,000, he said, hey, sell your trailer, use it toward the woods, I'll come get your sap. So,
When you say use it toward the woods, is that tubing? Or is that to buy the wood?
everything. No, my parents own the woods.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So you took the cash and put it towards...
because the trailer was paid for. This was COVID time, so I paid $9,000 for the trailer just before COVID. I sold it for 11 a year and a half later. So I made money. Put it toward the woods, and you kind of put your capital investment down a little bit. Since then, we've added another 1,270 or so. So we buy 4,400 spouts, and we have enough, but just barely. So it's 4,360, 4,375, something like that.
Sure.
So he comes over and gets it. You got a 40-foot Connex, and you have a 6,500 gallon CDL tank in there with an AirTech 3-horse vacuum pump. CDL releasers. So there's two. There's one in the Connex with a 1.5-horse variable pump. There's one out in the woods. So we ran power 2,000 feet out into the woods.
How far is it from here?
A mile.
Oh, shoot. We should go look at it.
Yeah, we can go check it out. Yeah. A mile. I'm sorry, 5 miles. But,
Gotcha.
So then there's supposed to be an electric pump out in the woods that took a crap a little while ago. I think the float stayed on and burned it out. So now we rigged it up so my gas Honda pump pumps it back over. So yeah.
Do you have a power drop there then? You're not running off a generator?
No, yeah, it's all 2-aught wire all the way out. So it powers the 1/2-horse releaser, the 1/2-horse transfer pump back, and then a heater in the
I got you.
So,
How long you been doing this?
oh boy, I started with 350 tabs with a little 3/4 horse air blow, little mini thing.
Gas powered or?
No, it was electric.
Okay.
Because I could get away with. I ran a 10-2. I had a 10-2 extension cord, a 10-2 Romex, run from a power outlet because it was all 110.
The wire get a little warm?
No, it wasn't.
No, it was
bad.
good?
No, it wasn't bad. It's and it ran it fine, and just a little a Lucky Air mini double continuous vacuum releaser, which was the biggest pile of trash I've ever dealt with in my life. Those things are the most finicky.
Were they vertical or horizontal releasers?
vertical? Yeah,
Were they mechanical?
yeah. Because I couldn't run enough power to have electric,
I got you.
which is why I thought it'd be great. But those were I should have just gotten oversized D&G mechanical stamp, conventional, and just been done with it. But
You learn.
you learn, and I learned how to very efficiently take that releaser apart in a very small amount of time and pull all the gaskets out and make sure there was nothing on them. And I kept grease and oil and the squeeze oil there. So
Keep everything lubricated.
everything lubed. So you close your valves, you rip everything apart, and set it all out in an order that you're going to put it.
I'm sure right on a piece of plywood over your sap tanks,
Usually it was on the stud on the side of on the wall there, but yeah. So then you grease it all. You reach your finger in and you make sure there's no ice up in there, and then you check your little tubes that went up to the top. Make sure because sugar will get in there from the vapor. Because when you run it high vacuum on one of those, it takes a little bit of vapor every time. So yeah, we did that, and then put like $650 at my parents, and my cousins were doing the other couple thousand at the time. And I bugged my parents about getting the rest of it, and finally they let me. So yeah, we put in $2,600 the first year, and then the second year I was kind of out of money, so we waited a year, did the rest of it,
And you have your CDL.
yeah.
And you're driving truck, you're hauling propane.
Propane.
You're running hard this time of year. How many hours you putting in during the week?
It hasn't been ridiculous. I think my highest week was like 72.
Man, I'm glad you reached out.
So
I am. I'm glad you reached out. I like when people reach out and say, hey, stop by, and I'm thankful. And then I got to meet you and meet your partners in crime here.
it's cool because everyone sometimes have a little more time than me to be in the woods because they have the freedom of being like, all right, we're not going to schedule any automotive this day or whatever. But
They'll help you out.
he tries to do his best, but for the most part, it's me and my wife. in the woods.
On 6,000
4,400.
or 4,400.
4,400, which is plenty.
That's plenty.
Which is funny. My friend, I've been friends with him since kindergarten. Arlo, he came and helped for probably a total of like 1 day worth of hours. He came twice though, and like little things like that.
Hit off.
You're fine. Yeah.
Another guy, Pat, came and helped for a day. He helped me last year too, and it's like he came for a day. You know what?
It helped.
It helped.
It's mostly your spirits that get uplifted when you got someone helping you.
You get so much more done, and it's really strange.
1 + 1 = 3.
It does. You get so much more done in the woods. Like you're just bombing through, and next thing you know, you tap like 700, 800 taps, and you're like, I never got this done. Like, and,
Yeah, keeps you moving.
Then when Jeff Corey was talking about Jack helping him, that's Jack Packard, and he actually runs his own thing with his dad, and they bought it like 3,600. So he was helping Jeff. He was coming over and helping me. So he's
You guys help each other like neighbors.
right. I told him 1,000 times to take my precision tappers and tap his wood. He didn't grab onto it, but
Well, man, I appreciate this. Thanks, Todd.
that's awesome.
I'm gonna have to have you take the whole thing apart so I can. Well, so you're wetting them.
The only reason we wet them is because the paper stays there for them.
I got you. So it's more of like an adhesive.
A lot of people use like wooden dowels, and then you got to pull the dowels out.
I got you. Because when you get tired, lining them holes up sometimes gets hard.
Just stop lining them up.
Yeah. Or you just don't line up the tabs. That's common too.
Usually Renee.
Yeah.
Dave gets that up for the weekend.
How many hours a day you boiling typically? Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes is right. I mean, today I am hoping that we're going to make 8 barrels, so I'll pretty much be here for a minimum of 8 hours.
That's funny.
And then, of course, we started.
You know, you could wash them and reuse them, save a few bucks.
We'll give them to you, Bill.
We started out this morning. We got the evaporator flooded. We hit the air injection. Nothing. Put the air filter out there. Nothing. Go upstairs in the attic. PVC elbow blew off. That's how we started our day.
That could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
You taste every drum. You taste it. It's listen.
All my little notes on the side, which one did you
Yeah. Had a hint of coriander. I can't even say hibiscus.
What's that?
I can't even say the word. It's hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus. Yeah. I always say hibiscus, and they know what I mean. I don't know how to say it. That's gonna cool her down a little bit, huh? All right. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers. Everybody try it. Oh man. Oh man. That's friggin' good. That's friggin' good. Now Dave thinks I need to do like a James Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy.
I think you should do syrup reviews.
Like he does pizza.
Like Dave Portnoy does pizza.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, that's my kind of syrup. I mean, may not be everybody's cup of tea, but that's my kind of syrup. A lot of sugar maple in this. Not a lot of red soft maple. I don't think there's much red soft maple in there. Got that cotton candy flavor that I kind of like.
You haven't seen soft maples until you go to the Phillips Family Farm.
I'm wrong, aren't I? I'm wrong, aren't I? There's
half of them anyway.
yeah. Okay, it's got the perfect blend of red maple and soft maple and sugar maple that I like. About 75-25. Is that you, Fred? Is that you, Fred? What do you got going on now?
We should probably get fuel
Why?
because we're about out.
That's what the light's for.
We're on
You
the
can go a
line.
long ways on
on
the
the
light.
line.
Let's see. Let's see. It'll tell you. Let's see. Let's see how many miles we can go. What do we got here? We got 44 miles. We're good. We can drive all the way to like New Hampshire.
Okay.
We're good. Fred, I could never train you but I'm trying to train Dan that you can go a lot further on these things than you realize. Fred likes to fill up, but there's a half a tank.
Okay. I'm not.
He remembers back in the day, like in 1943, when they had vehicles where the gas gauges didn't work and you had to walk because you didn't have as much gas as you thought. But these cars today, they can tell you. I like to get gas when I'm past 0 miles, and it sucked the tank dry, and you can't even get the cap off. What are those drinks are? What is that thing? Do you want one of them?
Yeah.
Is that one you like?
Yeah.
Do they have that, you think?
Maybe, maybe not. There's a couple energy drinks that I like.
Which is your favorite?
I mean, this is one of my favorites. Yeah.
No kidding. What is like the flavor of that thing?
It
Orange.
tastes like an orange creamsicle. That's exactly what it tastes like.
Like that can and your beard, you match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you could be a spokesperson for that thing.
I could.
So you don't do Monster or...
I've never been a big fan of Monster. I am a fan of the Sour Patch Ghost drinks.
Huh. Does ghost mean like ghost pepper?
No, like Sour Patch Kids, basically.
Oh, so it's a little sour.
Flavor.
Isn't that where you were going to turn before?
I know. I think
you kind of know.
If you think so.
No, you were going to turn this down this road. How'd you know that? Or were you just guessing?
I have no idea.
How about that?
I think you're right. I was just slowing up because I figured we weren't going the right direction. We just had to turn. If I just keep making turns, we're not going to get too far offline.
Yep. It's kind of like riding with Fred. If you don't tell him which direction, he's picking one. He's got a 50-50 chance.
Well, I asked you, and you're
It's like a shark. Did you know a shark has
way.
to keep swimming or it dies? A shark has to keep moving. Even when it's sleeping, it's freaking moving because that's how it breathes. Well, I think Dan and Fred have gills when they're driving, and they just have to keep moving. Can't wait for the GPS. Let's not do that. Let's go the wrong way half the time. That's what it's like. So I feel right at home with Dan. Feel right at home.
Sounds like I'm filling Fred's shoes just fine.
Oh yeah. Worried about when the gas light's on, stuff like that.